Now the first thing I'll say is you have to excuse all the shite in here. This is the little one's nursery. However, today is a good day. We got ourselves a new rod. If you watched the video before last, you'll know that I was very confused about which rod to get. And I really wasn't sure. I thought I'd go with the heavier action, with the less casting distance because of that. But I didn't. He had a DIRK in stock, and I wanted the DIRK, so I got the DIRK. Now everything that you can see from the thumbnail, I got for £160. So when you buy a rod, you get your reel for 20% discount, and when you buy a reel, you get some line on it too. You may have to buy both to get the line, but I'm not 100% sure. However, let's go through these sort of piece by piece, explain a little bit about everything, and then you can go and buy one too. So this is the DIRK. She's a 10-foot 7 weight or an 8 weight. You can have her on either, and 4-piece. Now, for the eagle-eyed among you, you will see that there's 5 pieces here. That is because you get a spare tip, which is always great. A lot of lesser expensive rods, you don't get a spare tip, so thankfully you do. We've got, this is the reel I went with. It's a blue diamond, obviously for a 7 or an 8. Really nice reel. There was a choice of another reel too, but I wanted this one. This is what we came down to decide. Got a nice wee logo there, the GTFTackle logo, and you get a spare spool, which is unbelievably handy if you want to fish 2 different kinds of lines. Get your hard case here, get a nice wee rod bag to stick in the hard case, and everyone from the last videos have jarred me saying you have to get either a sinking line or a sink tip. Now I went with the sink tip just because the fishery there that I do fish, it makes more sense to fish that line there. And this is it here. She's 2-tone, so the sinking tip is in black. The rest of the line's in white, which just helps with bite detection. Different bits like that, you'll know if you've seen any of my other videos that I fish the indicator a lot, and that is because I'm terrible for bite detection. Just take a wee look at this reel seat here. I think this is absolutely stunning. Now have a look at that. I think that is gorgeous. Of course you get a wee hook keeper too, which I adore. Now you've probably spotted these. These are nothing to do with today's video. However, I bought them when I bought the other stuff, so I thought I'd include it to show that where the $160 went. Now, the only thing I didn't buy there was this backing, and that is because I had it lying around, so I didn't actually notice if he sells backing. Don't have a clue. But let's get this all set up. We'll go through it, and we'll have a DQ. You also, with your reels, get these. Oh, where have I put them? Oh, they're way over there. The wee reel bags, so you can put both your reels in a bag, so that's quite nice. So yeah, let's get this all set up and have a wee deek. First step is done. Got our backing on. I think it looks alright with the lime green. I didn't know how it would look. I wanted it to contrast pretty hard, but looks like it does. Next step, let's get this fly line on there. Let's just pretend I didn't have 18 miles too much backing on there, and absolutely didn't have to pull all of this off. However, I think we've got it down now. I've also had to unspool and respool this line about 3 or 4 times. So, how do you like this for a technique? Yeah, that's right. Paintbrush between the toes. Also, my mic didn't want to connect for this clip, so if it sounds a lot different, then you know why. Also, a bit of the noise is annoying, but I'm using it to get a bit of pressure on the line. The more I hold it against the floor, the better. Getting close to the end of the spool. Do we check? Oh, we may have done it. I always just like to put too much backing on to start with, just to be safe. Oof. Nope. Look how close it was, but it's jamming up. So for the 5th time, I'm gonna have to pull all this off and take off even more backing. Okay, attempt number 5. My mic does not want to pair for some reason, so we'll have to just go without, unfortunately. Sorted. Now, I'm not going to put a leader on this just yet, but definitely feels nice in my hand. Now for the first time, I'm going to put these sections together. Again, for the final time, excuse all this. Ooh, alignment dots. A lot better than the other rod I have, where the alignment dots are about a mile off. I like the red that he's used. I think that looks quite nice. There are other spool colours you can use that he does sell, so I might get a red one on. Keep it all black and red, but she's some size, I tell you. But let's just check. The alignment dots are actually spot on. And I tell you, it feels nice. Absolutely lovely. Have a look at this, how it sits. Of course the red and the blue is a bit of a strange combination, but I don't mind too much. And like I say, you can get a red spool for this, so a red reel, because we have spare spools. But I think that is stunning. The cork feels nice. I love the reel seat most, I reckon. I think that's stunning. The rod itself, I mean, she is a stunner. And again, it's all nice and light. I like the weight of the reel though. I like my reel to have a little bit more weight to it. I feel like it just helps with actually feeling what's going on. Perfect. Now that doesn't mean it's heavy. It's not heavy in any way. However, happy fucking days. Thank you very much for watching, and we're going to take this bad boy out probably in 2-3 days or so. So you'll see that video, and I bet with this line and everything new, and the fact I can actually throw some bigger stuff now, I might even get a couple of snakes on the go. But I think we'll be in the money. So like I say, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.